Hey y'all, welcome back. I am in my parlor and I decided to go live in here so that you guys could see the new decor. So, welcome. We are going to be discussing how to turn down a coffee date politely. Well, first off, you're going to need your official coffee mug, and also you're going to need a nonchalant attitude, and you're also going to need a way to not look or seem offended. So, this is the polite way to turn down a coffee date. So, always have this with you like it's water. That way, coffee is not special to you. Coffee is a normal, everyday blah thing, like going, to the grocery store and things like that. So, always have your coffee cup with you, okay? Or say, oh, I have a membership there, or I have points there, or whatever. I'm part of their rewards club or whatnot. Like it's a shopping place for you, or a place, oh, I buy all my coffees there, even for my home. Like it's not a date. So you have to make sure that's known. Another way is to say, oh, I would love to have coffee with you. I only drink coffees in the morning, so are you an early riser? And that's the only thing I like at such and such coffee place is the coffee. So they're gonna have to get up extra early, roll out of their bed to come meet you at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, however, whatever time it opens. So you're not really, y'all saw the camera. You're not really turning them down. You're making them suggest something else. Okay. For example, oh, well, why don't we have lunch instead? Or, well, why don't we do this instead? So it'll be like you're saying yes, but you're really saying no because you're not, they're not getting up there early. Okay. Um, you said coffee is never a date. It's a paid meet and greet. No, I keep telling you guys, I'm not meeting anyone if whatever they're purchasing for me at the place costs less than one application of my moisturizer or my lipstick, darling. No, that's kind of rude. So to me, it's a waste of time. I mean, we can have a virtual coffee date. Get online. I got my coffee. You got yours. Okay. Suggest a virtual coffee date in the morning over live, what are the FaceTime or whatnot. Because I'm not getting ready to wake up that early to go meet some random person for coffee. Okay, unless it's online. And then it's going to be dark because I'm still being my robe. Okay. Another way to politely turn down a coffee date is saying, oh, I'm having coffee. I've been having so much coffee with my girlfriends, my sister, like make it seem like a feminine thing. Okay. I've been going out for coffee with all my girls and my sister and my aunts, and can we do something else? Make it seem like something that you don't want to be doing with a man. It's more of a female bonding type place. Whenever I go to coffee, I always think about my sister, my aunts, my name all women, all female. Okay. Is it rude to say, oh, I'm sorry, I don't do coffee dates? This video is called The Polite Way. So that may seem rude to some people. So if you just want to sound polite, you just simply say, oh, well, I've been going to coffee so much lately, and I'm only trying to drink coffees in the morning now. I've been going to coffee all the time with my sister, my aunts, my nieces, and that's where we spend our little girly time and chat. So is there another place that you suggest? Maybe lunch or breakfast at least. Coffee is like, so you can do that on camera, on FaceTime. I can have my coffee sitting in my car with you. So I would definitely make sure that you suggest that it's too casual for you. Or you could say, "Oh, I was hoping to wear something. I was hoping to wear the heels, or I was hoping to wear this really nice dress that I've been dying to put on. It's been hanging in my closet for months and I have not had a place to wear it. But I guess coffee, I'll let you know," and never let them know. Be like, "I'll let you know," like kind of put that on pause. Don't say yes or no. Leave them hanging. That way they have time to fix their mistake. They can call you back or text you back and say, um, someone says, "Why am I not wearing foundation anymore?" I am wearing foundation, darling. I just don't have 1,000 lights on me because I'm in my parlor and not upstairs where I normally film. But thank you for noticing. I appreciate it. Lighting can do a lot. Lighting can do so much, you guys. So if you're a YouTuber, you know the struggle. Next time I'll bring all my lights and gadgets down just so that you guys can see that I have on foundation. Anyway, this is why I don't do the lives so much anymore with the comments because they're kind of distracting. So I'm just going to stop reading the comments and keep continuing with the tips, baby. All right. So next way to turn down a date for coffee politely is to suggest that, "Oh my gosh, something bad happened to you at the place." Like, "Oh no, I'll never go to that place again." Even though it's not true. It's like, "I'll never go to that place again because I can't. Can we go somewhere else?" Another way to politely turn down a coffee date is to ask another question like, "Oh, have you heard of such and such?" And then name a place you actually want to go. Act like you totally just ignore the coffee request and just override that with, "Have you heard of such and such?" You know what I'm saying? "Oh my gosh, have you heard of this place called da da da? I've been dying to try it. Have you been there?" Don't even wink or blink at the question of coffee. Just be like, act like you didn't hear it. And then if they try to repeat it, it's like, "Oh, have you?" And then start again. "Oh, if that place is too expensive, then they'll be like, 'Oh no, it's not too expensive.'" A lot of people just want to see what you look like in broad daylight, or if you have, if you look like your photo, right? So, I mean, you can combat that with FaceTime, or something like that. They know what you look like. They don't need to meet you for coffee. If they like you, they like you. If they don't, they don't. You know. If you don't want to be rude, just say, "Well, I'll have to check my schedule," and never ever accept it. And they'll get the picture, they'll get the clue, and they'll ask you, "Well, maybe she doesn't want to go to coffee. Maybe her schedule will clear up for something, more interesting." So they'll suggest something else. Okay, so the title of this video is "The Polite Way." Y'all already know the rude ways because I've done several videos on every rude way to turn down someone for coffee. So this is the polite way. Um, because sometimes you don't want to ruin a relationship before it even gets started. So you just want to say something a little bit more polite, but you don't want to accept the coffee date. Because if you accept the coffee date, they're going to think, "Okay, well, she's desperate," or "She accepted the coffee date," or, "I got away with, going out with this lady and not having to pay a lot of money except for, $4 to $5 for a cup of bean juice," right? So now you're getting them to step up their game in order to even meet you in person. This shows that they're truly interested and that they're trying to impress you. Coffee dates are not impressive at all. A lot of people say, "Well, I don't want to be stuck on a date if we don't have any chemistry." You're stuck in school all day when you don't have chemistry with the teachers, you don't like the teachers. You're stuck at work all day when you don't have chemistry with your boss, but you still walk out with that paycheck and you still walk out paid, you still walk out fed, baby. Okay. So don't sell yourself short for a cup of coffee, okay? There are people that will accept a coffee date and there are people that will not. If you invite someone out and you don't want to seem like you're inviting them out on a date because you're not sure if you want to take it to that level yet, lunch is preferable for friendships. Coffee means you're not even worth a friendship, darling. Um, and even if you have lunch, you have more time. Like you have a table, you get to sit down and be comfortable and speak and exchange with each other. Coffee is just like you're sitting at a small table, people are like buzzing around you, people are getting their orders called. There may not even be any tables available to go sit at. If you go outside, it could be cold or too hot or like traffic and like the exhaust fumes going up your nose. So make sure that you know your value and your worth before you accept any type of date. Doesn't even matter if it's coffee. If it's someplace you don't like, then don't accept it. You know, we get what we accept. So make sure you could even spin this in a positive way. And you can say, well, I like to think that I'm a little, I like to think that I'm worth more than, taking out for coffee, but I think a little bit highly of myself. So I'm gonna have to pass. That is a way to get rid of someone that you don't want to talk to ever again. Um, unless they like that you kind of stood up for yourself, then they know better. Okay. So the next time, just say, I'd rather do lunch or another, sort of date because I just went to coffee with my mother. And you don't want to associate going to coffee with your mom. Like I go to coffee with my mom every week. You don't want to be compared to your mom. Okay, so just use what you can to politely decline and allow them to suggest another place to go. Okay. So, okay, I can't read all the comments, y'all, so they're going way too fast. Ooh, I almost dropped my light. They're going way too. Oh, this is better. I should do it like this. Oh. I can't read all the comments, y'all, because they're going way too fast, and I allowed all people to comment. So sorry that I'm not able to read them all, but I'm so glad all of y'all are here and commenting and joining in. It's been a while since I've been live. I've been putting out more vlogs because, as you can see, I've been super busy redecorating my house and getting new floors and all that kind of stuff, new furniture, and I'm still kind of organizing and things like that. So I haven't had time to go live so much. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Um, I do, however, have a wig video that I will be doing soon. So you guys that are interested in that, stay tuned. I might do it tonight or tomorrow. We'll see. Um, you say you don't even meet your friends for coffee. I know. It's like, why even bother? That's like you can drive through. If there's a drive through, there's a no. Okay. It's like ask if they're going through the drive through. That's another polite way to turn down a coffee date. Oh, are we going through the drive through? That means you're taking me to a fast food type restaurant where there is a drive through for a date or just to meet me. You're taking me to where there's a drive through to meet me and try to impress me. That's what you're doing. But sometimes you got to remind them because they don't realize what they're doing. And they don't realize how terrible it sounds when you break it down. Like, oh, are we going to go through the drive-through? Shall I park? Like, shall I pull up behind you and you just pay for my coffee in front of, how they do at Starbucks? How like the person in front of you pays for the person behind you. Okay, well, let me know when you're getting ready to go through the drive-through. I'll pull right up behind you and you can pay for my coffee and then go to work or wherever, what I'm saying. So, I would always be offended if someone would say something about coffee. To me, it's unoriginal. It shows lack of appreciation for people's time, And also, it shows that you're truly not interested because if you are truly interested, you're not going to try to go to coffee with nobody. Okay. You said coffee's nice after dinner. Yeah, but they don't skip the dinner. So no, this is just sparkling water, you guys. You say he's getting you ready for your real date. The one you gonna meet afterwards. Uh-oh, Maya, sprinkle, sprinkle. You said you're okay. Years of knowledge. That's right. I've been on here for years. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Appreciate that. You say you just go ghost, no coffee. I know that's right. But there's some people that want to give that person another chance to get it correct. And so if you turn down someone politely, it gives them another chance to, ask you out properly somewhere else or not make them seem like they're really rejected. So um, make sure you do it in a nice tone of voice and smile when you do it if they can see you or have a, voice that sounds like you're smiling when you are like on the phone or if you text, put a lot of nice emojis around it. Because sometimes people are like, "Oh, she thinks she's too good for coffee. Oh, she thinks she's too good. I gotta set this light up somewhere else better." And yes, you are, and you do think you're too good. It's not your fault that you think highly of yourself. I mean, it's just how it is. Okay. Um, it seems like sometimes um, people get the wrong impression of why people say no to certain things. It's only because they value themselves on a certain level and they have standards. It's nothing personal. So if someone gets offended that you turn down their suggestion, like I said, suggest something else. If they're not willing to compromise with, a suggestion to take you out, then they're not in your best interest anyway. You know what I'm saying? They're not trying to impress you and they're not for your best interest anyway. So you don't need to entertain them any further than that. Just let that go. And if they want to come back and make sure they are correct this time in how they approach you and how they ask you out, then you may give them another chance, but at the same time, do not lower your standards, ladies, because if you do, you know, you don't know. You don't know what else they're gonna ask you to lower. So don't bother. He could be an artsy kind of dude. Then he better be. I don't know how old y'all are, but unless you're a teenager or in your young 20s, we don't date artsy kind of dudes. Okay, they gotta be buying the art, darlings. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You buying the art, darling? Okay. Coffee's for everyone, not just artsy dudes. Mhm. You better take me to some exotic cuisine restaurant if you artsy, some different cultures or something, and show me something different. That's more artsy than some plain old coffee. All right. You said go to tea at the Ritz Carlton or the Four Seasons, darling. What if you have a baby daddy that is a manager? Um, if you have a baby daddy that's giving you only couple of dollars in child support, then I'm not sure, but I would find a way to. I don't even know what Duke engine is, baby. What is that? Is that do they build engines, darling? I don't know. Um, should have married him. That way you could have got more. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I don't know what to tell you. Um, if you file for child support, then maybe you get more. Okay. $12 art museum date is iffy as well. That's true. If you go on a date to an art museum, go hit the gift shop. Make sure you get something out of there too, and then go for coffee or and dessert because they have like a little cafe most of the time in those art museums. So make sure you go to the cafe, get you some food, get you a T-shirt, a souvenir, or a postcard. Make sure he pay for it all. Come out there with like you got some merch. Okay. Okay. Or if you want to turn them down for the art museum, say, "Oh, I'm a member there, and we go there every week or every month and have drinks." Like it's no big deal. Like you've been there so many times. Okay. He said that no coffee about boba drinks. How about boba drinks? I was like, no thanks. Um, they gonna get me mad with these coffee and boba. I'm gonna say, why don't you take your mama to boba? Okay, bye. I can't be polite. That's why I just found somebody that's gonna do what I want. Um, but I'm trying. I'm trying, you guys. So you tell him to boba himself to the side. Honestly, I would just look at him and smile and say, I can order boba on DoorDash or Grubhub, baby. You don't even drink coffee, so you would turn it down automatically. Okay. They'll always say, "Oh, well, they have more than coffee there. They have juice, tea, things under $5." Okay. You're 24 and one daughter. What age range should you date? You're 24. You can date all the age ranges. What the heck? 18 and up. In fact, I would go older, but you're old enough to date whoever you want. You said that seriously what men think. I think a lot of men are telling other men not to take women out on expensive first dates or second dates or whatever, and make them prove themselves as if they're worthy for a date. So I know as a woman I'm worthy for a date. Period. I don't need to be tested. So therefore, if I'm offered boba or coffee, then that's it for that person. Goodbye. Okay. Um, so that's like saying to a man, um, instead of oh well, I'll go out with you to a nice restaurant. That's like saying, well, you got to take me shopping 3 times before I'll go on a date with you. You've got to pay these bills before I go out on any type of date with you. You have to pay my car note before I even step foot in a restaurant with you. That's the equivalent of taking a woman out on a coffee date or a boba date because you don't want to spend money on someone on a first date. You want to see if they're worthy or da 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 da. Okay, well, if the woman thinks she's worthy, then she's worthy. Your opinion is your opinion, but you should never ask a woman out on a coffee date unless she's just come out of a funeral and she needs refreshment. And so the coffee date after the funeral would be to make the real date because it's so unclassy to ask a woman out for a real date in a funeral home. So dismiss yourself from the premises of the funeral parlor and go and get coffee to ask her out on the real date. Okay. So you said sit in the car. No, sir. Okay. Your sugar daddy doesn't realize he's a sugar daddy. He keeps talking about our future together, how to make him realize he's only a sugar daddy. Let him keep talking about his future, baby. Uh, Let him keep talking. It doesn't even matter. He probably knows it's a lie, but he's telling himself lies, baby. Okay? Just let him keep lying to himself. All right. You said don't forget smoothies. If you ask me out on a smoothie, you better own the gym that it's attached to, the smoothie place. Okay, no. Or you better own the smoothie place. Like I always say, no. There's certain things you don't ask a woman out for. And if you've been friends with someone for a long time and they're like, oh, and they start to find you of interest, then yes, go out. I got my good light now. Go out as friends, but then if romantic feelings start to emerge, then they have to step up their game. You know what I'm saying? That's not their game, but they got to step up their dating uh, and things like that. So politely turn them down by suggesting something else or saying that you've already been there so many times this week with your females, friends, family, da da da, and also that you only drink coffees in the morning. Suggest a drive-through because you're going to be in a hurry during that time, or suggest an early morning coffee date, like at the crack of dawn, because you only drink coffee in the morning. Um, and he's probably not going to go for that. So he may suggest lunch or at least breakfast or something like that. So let me see what else y'all are saying. Okay. Before they even ask you out, you just list. You start listing all the restaurants you went for dinner and lunch that day. I say the most expensive restaurants to test them. Uh, I think a lot of men detest these type of videos because they feel like we're just after their money and wanting to eat like at nice restaurants and things like that. But if I were to take myself out for a day and dress up and leave my house out of the comfort of my home, I'm not going to coffee. I get coffee on the way to places. You know, I get coffee after I do stuff, not as the destination. You know what I'm saying? So to me, it's not just testing your wallet. It's testing your originality and how close you've been paying attention to the things that I like, and if you're going to put any effort into trying to even impress me and make me know that you are not one of those boring people that don't listen and don't have any type of range in your life. That's what a date is for. You're supposed to show me something that's gonna make me say, "Oh, wow." You know what I'm saying? Not no dating coffee. I can get coffee delivered, okay? So, men, it's not y'all need to stop doing only broke people think about women who only wanted them for their money. If they don't want you for your money, then what do you want them to want you for? Your looks that's for women. Your success, yes, women are attracted to success, power, and also looks, but at the same time, you can't be dangling a coffee cup in front of her. That's just ratchet, and it shows that you're not where you think you are financially or mentally. Okay. It just shows that you're not there. It's just like you got your wallet, um, in a safe, hiding it away from people that want to go to dinner. I mean, what does that sound like? You got your wallet in the safe with the security code on and only took enough money out for coffee. Okay, that's strange. And it seems like it's not practical and it seems a little bit too immature. And so most women will bypass those type of men and go on to the men who really know how to impress women and are not locking their wallets up and safes and only taking enough out for coffee to make sure that, even if the woman's pretty, he don't suggest that. I don't know what they're doing, but if that's what they're doing, it's pretty sad and pathetic if you can't control, you know, your spending. Okay. Don't let broke men trick you into lowering your standards as a trap. He says, okay. Shira quote come to mind. My lipstick costs more than a coffee date. It sure does. Well, you said you wonder what I would have done where? A guy that you asked you to coffee date is in a Target. I don't know that. Okay, yeah. I think I scrolled too far. So anyway, you almost had this French sugar daddy in your city, but he kept wanting to. Oh, you're not comfortable with. Okay. Do you like your new floors? I do. I could moonwalk real good on these floors, girl. I love these floors. So I'm happy. It also makes the house look way bigger. Now it echoes in here, so it sounds bigger too. um, I know women who prefer to go for coffee on first dates as they don't want to get stuck having to spend time if they don't like him. That's what the bathroom is for, darling. That's what the phone call from your friend after you text her to call you with an emergency is for. You know, that's what that's for. You know, that way, if you don't like who you're with, all they got to do is listen when you say, "Oh my gosh, there's an emergency. My friend just texted me," or text your friend to call you with a fake emergency. You know what I'm saying? So it's easy to get out of. Mhm. So say say the food is making you sick and you have to be excused. That's true. And then like I have to go home. I really can't stay. Bye. But see, at the same time, like if you have a job or you go to school or you even live with people or put up with family or friends that are making you uncomfortable at times and you still stick around, you could stick around through the dinner and then be polite and just not call them back or say, well, I had a nice time, but I don't think it's, going to go any further than that. So at least they have a date to remember. They had a nice meal with someone and that they liked at least. And that's that. You're going on a date with a man. He's 25 years older, but a lot of money. He's looking for a relationship. What should I do to get him into giving a relationship from the start? Tell him what you need to be in that type of relationship from the start. Tell him what your definition of a relationship is. I want to be totally provided for in a relationship. Start with that. If he starts to frown, then he already knows that you ain't for him. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I want to be totally taken care of in a relationship. That's what you got to say. Don't be afraid to say it. I said it. I said it, and I could care less. If you don't, if I'm not for you, I'm not for you. I need to be totally taken care of in a relationship. Okay, And I don't know if you look better than me, but if you do, then I don't know why you're afraid to say it. If you look better than me, then you should not be afraid to say that at all, because I said it. Okay, and I meant it. All right. Um, I'm not gonna be in a relationship with somebody 25 years older than me to go struggle or go to work and say yes to a boss. Nope. Crazy. Um, this don't make no something ain't adding up. You know, don't be afraid. I said it. I said it with no stuttering, no regret, no hesitation, baby. I know my value. Hmm. So, but see, back then, there was not a lot of people that were out there trying to say that you were wrong for what you thought your value was. There was nobody out there telling you that you're not valuing yourself the correct way, because the correct way is how you value yourself. That's the only way. So, if that's how you feel, if you feel like that's what you deserve, then say it. That's what I did. I deserve this, and this is the only way I'm going to be in any type of relationship. And if you want a relationship with me, this is what you got to do. Done. You see, it sounds delusional. It is delusional. And that's why I'm still living the way I live, because it is delusional. It's only delusional to guys who can't afford it. Okay? To men who can afford it, it's normal. It's not delusional. Because if you're not going to totally provide and take care of me in a relationship, then we're not in a relationship. Okay? That's right. You said call your father. Call your father for what? Are y'all arguing up there? Okay. Yeah, people are like, oh, it's delusional. It's only delusional if you don't feel like you're worth it or if you can't afford it. That's the only type of delusion that there is around here. Delusions of financial issues and delusions that you're not worth it. So in my mind, I'm worth it. In the other person's mind, they got enough money. So where's the delusion? I don't know. It's only delusional if you can't afford it. Oh, sprinkle, sprinkle. So anyway, you, I don't know if it's your, okay, I'm trying to see. It's your go-to. Okay, y'all are talking to each other. Okay, so yeah, make sure that before you go out on any date, you know your own value and what you will accept and what you won't accept. And never lower your standards. I don't care. Um, mhm. How to avoid being approached by young men. Go places young men don't go or can afford. Um, Dress more sophisticated or a little bit more mature than your own age. Try not to appeal to younger men as far as the style of clothing that you wear. I would say that. So, for example, if younger men are attracted to, um, a woman because he thinks you guys look good together when you go out, dress too much for him, dress too sophisticated for him, dress too classy for a younger man because he knows he's not going to be able to take you to the places that you like to go, or he's not going to be able to afford unless he has money and he dresses similarly. Y'all can go out, whatever, whatever. But if he has the money, then at least you will be going out on decent dates. But if they have no money and they're not trying to spend, dress for the type of man you want to approach you. Dress for the type of dates that you want to get. Don't dress like you expect younger guys to approach you. Okay. Um, I wish I could. You leveled down. It's impossible to stay at a high level. It doesn't matter as long as you keep going. You know what I'm saying? As long as you don't stop, you're good. Hmm. Okay. I wish I could meet a guy in his 20s like me with good money and maturity, but they're rare. Well, maybe go for the 30s. All right. This, thank you. All right, y'all. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. I'm not going to be too long. Um, Sprinkle, sprinkle, everyone. I hope everyone had a good Valentine's Day. I hope everyone is not accepting those coffee dates. And I hope everyone is knowing their value and knowing that it is not delusional. Only for those who can't afford it is it a delusion. Okay. And only for those who don't know their worth or their value is it a delusion. Keep that in mind and don't listen to people that can't afford you, can't afford to take you out on a decent date. Why are you taking advice from them? Okay, sprinkle, sprinkle. Bye.